Okay, and we are live, everyone. JLR Investigates. Come on in. Look at this face right here. There is an escaped inmate in Houston, Texas. And this is a wild case, folks. So everyone in Harris County and Houston, Texas, be on the lookout for this individual right here. 35-year-old Nigel Sanders. Nigel Thomas Sanders. And this guy's an habitual criminal. This guy was in custody and he escaped from the courthouse in Harris County. And authorities are massively searching all over the place for him in downtown Houston. This is a dangerous situation because he basically held a district attorney employee at knife point here, folks. I put out a picture. This guy has tattoos all over his face, gold teeth. The authorities gave a press conference just a few minutes ago, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to listen together and find out what the world is going on in Houston and bring awareness, and hopefully, we can get, this dude apprehended and off the street. So we'll play a press conference right here. Check it out.
Everybody ready? Good afternoon. I'm Assistant Chief Philip Bosques with the Harris County Sheriff's Office. I'm accompanied by several teammates. We're gathering here to let the public know. About 3:30 this afternoon, we were contacted about a possible escaped inmate. Once we got that notification, we shut down the jail complex, started an inmate count, and what we later found out was an inmate was missing. We believe he escaped from the 1301 Franklin building after a court appearance. We've got several resources in the downtown area searching for that subject, and right now, this is who we're looking for. Nigel Thomas Sanders, 35 years of age, 5'5", 165 pounds. If anybody in the public has any information on his whereabouts, please call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-8477. That's Nigel Thomas Sanders. We have multiple resources from the Sheriff's Office, including Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force, searching for this individual. He was in custody for 3 burglaries and 1 unlawful possession of a weapon by a felon. He went to court today, and it appears that on his way back from court, he was able to facilitate an escape. He accosted a woman during that escape once he got out on the street. And he jumped in her car, and she wrecked that car within just a few feet. After the car was disabled during the accident, the subject got out of the car and ran down the street. That was our last location with him on camera. Again, we have multiple resources from the Sheriff's Office searching for this individual, and we truly believe we'll run him to the ground. Any assistance that the public can provide, we surely appreciate. Take any questions at this time.
So he was in court and escaped? How did that happen?
He went to court for his appearance, and then on his way back to the jail, he was able to facilitate the escape.
Did he jump in the bayou? Or they might have jumped in the bayou?
We don't have that confirmed.
Did he have a knife?
We believe he had a knife.
Do you know where you could have got it from?
Anywhere once he got outside the jail.
So he was being held out the jail, correct?
Correct. He was in custody for the charges.
He was brought to court by somebody?
Yes.
Who and how was he in handcuffs?
He was transported to court, and then when he was finished with his hearing on his way back, he facilitated. Everything else is under investigation at this point.
You said he was 5'5", how many pounds?
5'5", 165 pounds, 35 years of age, Nigel Thomas Sanders.
Should the public, use caution if they see this individual? What should the public do if they should see this individual?
Not contact the individual. Just call either 911, call the number that was provided at Crime Stoppers. Unfortunately, we do believe that he is a dangerous individual, and so there is still a threat to the community at this time.
I know you said you were searching the downtown area. Does he have family or any ties to different communities in the Houston metro area that he could have gone to?
And that's information that we'll keep right now as we're actively searching for the individual.
Is the woman whose car he tried to take, is she okay?
Yes, she was, of course, shaken up, and but she was not injured after he left after the crash.
Where was the crash?
On Commerce Street. She was leaving work. She works in the CJC building.
Can you walk us through the process of when an inmate is taken from the jail to court? How does that happen, and where along that process did this inmate escape?
Again, that's part of the investigation right now on exactly where he came out of.
Okay, so just walk us through the process.
Individuals enter the tunnel, they go over to the courts, and they go to the different holding cells on the court's floor. When they finish their court hearings, they're put in the elevators, they come back down to the basement tunnel, or should, and come back to whichever jail building that they reside in.
And along that entire route, they're being escorted by somebody?
Not at all times.
So there are, at certain times when an inmate's going from the jail to court for a court appearance, they might not be escorted by somebody?
There's different waypoints that we can't talk about as security, but it's in a secure tunnel.
Are they always cuffed?
No.
Do we know, did this inmate have any, I guess, do we know, are the people in particular parts of Houston who should be on high alert?
We'd have to confirm. At this point, he lives a transient lifestyle is what we have, so we don't have a hard address or a neighborhood that he would frequent.
Would you use the word homeless or transient?
Transient.
This isn't very common at all, right? I mean,
No.
have you ever had this happen before?
In my time here, we have not had an escape.
How long has he been in custody?
I don't have that number.
At this point, do you have any idea where he could be headed, even if he can't tell us?
I'll leave that with the investigation team that are looking at him. We don't want to give out any information that's sensitive at this point.
Have dive teams been brought in on the off chance that he is drowned at this point?
We had a Marine unit come up and go through the bayou. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Never happened that he knows of in Harris County. So once again, another prison escape. See what he says here. Nigel Sanders. He's going to talk in Spanish.
Ready?
Buenas tardes, soy Mayor Saúl Suárez con la oficina del alguacil del condado de Harris. Aproximadamente 3 de la tarde hoy recibimos una llamada aquí, nuestros supervisores de las cárceles, que un sospechoso se había escapado de la cárcel. Este sospechoso se llama Nigel Thomas Sanders. Él es de 35 años de edad y nació y es de 5 pies 5 pulgadas de estatura, aproximadamente 165 libras. Este sospechoso fue a la corte hoy, estaba aquí en la cárcel desde el 8 de junio por un crimen de 4 felonías, 3 felonías por meterse a robar a una casa y otra felonía por andar armado. Durante la corte hoy hay una manera de escaparse. Durante su escape él empezó a buscar maneras de escaparse aquí en la área y agarró a un carro. En ese entonces ese carro él manejó y chocó. Cuando chocó salió y se fue en pie y se fue rumbo al bayou. Entonces nuestros investigadores aquí en la cárcel y también en patrulla agarramos nuestros recursos, nuestra formalidad de empezar a tratar un incidente como un escapo. empezamos a poner unidades en la área, en el perímetro. Buscamos a este sospechoso, pero no pudimos encontrarlo. En ese entonces le llamamos a la ayuda a nuestros equipos tácticos. También hablamos un equipo que tenemos que se enfoca en arrestar a los más violentos. Este equipo es un equipo que se llama el Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force. Ellos se enfocan en su especialidad en arrestar y buscar a gente que es violenta, gente que se escapó y gente que tiene muchas felonías. Entonces ese equipo ahorita está activamente buscándolo. Queremos recorrer a la comunidad. Si tienes una información de este sospechoso, por favor, llámenos al 713-222 TIPS. El número ese también sería 713-222-8477. Esta es la foto del sospechoso. Como le decimos, ocupamos su ayuda para poder localizar a este sospechoso y otra vez arrestarlo. Él va también a recibir nuevos cargos por lo que ocurrió hoy, por el escapo y también por alquilar un carro durante un robo que trató de escaparse. Queremos también recordar a la comunidad, por favor, si tienen más información, llámenos al 713-222-8477.
Suárez, la parte del cuchillo, ¿cómo logra esta persona tomar un cuchillo y presuntamente amenazar a una persona y escapar?
Sí, eso es algo que estamos investigando. Ahorita tenemos nuestro equipo de escena de crimen, también nuestras investigadores. Ahorita en las cárceles del centro del condado de Harris tenemos una unidad de especialidad que se encarga en eso. Son detectives que están ahorita investigando y también tratando de averiguar cómo fue que él se escapó, ¿verdad? Todo eso está ahorita durante investigación.
¿Él estaba esposado?
Él fue a la corte en ese entonces regularmente no los esposamos, sí los esposamos cuando están en la corte, cuando están viendo un juez, pero si los ponemos en un cuarto, en una celda para que estén esperando otra parte de transportación, en ese entonces no están esposados. Esto es algo que hacemos normalmente, lo hemos hecho mucho tiempo, no es algo normal. Este es un escape que ha pasado en los últimos 3 años, esta es la primera vez que pasa. Entonces sí lo tomamos muy en serio, sí estamos siguiendo formalidad y tenemos en nuestra investigación determinamos que también el cuchillo lo agarró después de que se escapó, no lo agarró mientras estaba en nuestra custodia.
El vehículo que terminó chocando, ¿esa persona está bien? ¿Fue amenazada? ¿Estaba solo el vehículo?
Esa persona está bien, no le pasó nada, sí le dimos atención y sí estamos colaborando. Ella está colaborando con nosotros, pero sí ella está bien, no le pasó nada.
¿Algún mensaje a la gente del segundo barrio? Veo de que el Bayou sigue aquí, el segundo barrio, donde hay muchos hispanos.
Claro que sí, a la gente del segundo barrio, la gente que está aquí cerquita del Denver Harbor, Galena Park, todas esas áreas que aquí están cerquita, ¿verdad? Esa es la información que tenemos que se puede ir para esta área del Por favor, tengan cuidado, por favor, ayúdenos si lo miras. Tenemos unidades trabajando ahorita hasta que lo encontramos. No vamos a descansar hasta lo encontremos. Esta es la foto otra vez. Se llama Nigel Thomas Sanders. Y como miren, tiene tatuajes en su cara, es un sospechoso muy violento. Y le recordamos a la comunidad que estamos listos para poder arrestarlo otra vez y traerlo otra vez para la cárcel. Muchas gracias. Yes.
Okay, folks. So there was a massive search. There was a massive search going on, and I'm going to kind of show you the footage that was just going on just a little bit ago. They're searching the waterways in Houston. Authorities, they're out there. So I'm actually going to make myself smaller here, blow the search up, and then I'm going to talk about what's being put out there. But they're taking this very, very seriously, and I'm holding up a photo of him. He does have a Facebook. He hasn't used his Facebook in a while, but he has a lot of tats on his face, gold teeth, they're out there searching, and you know, he escaped custody. This is a big deal, as we heard from the Harris County authorities there. This never happened there. When we cover prison escapes on JLR Investigates, this is a big deal. We're talking about a big city. Houston, fifth or sixth biggest city in the United States. It's big. And this guy has a tendency to commit more violence than he already did. He's held a woman at knife point, a district attorney employee. Multiple burglaries. It already just hit CBS News. Authorities are searching for an inmate who escaped during a Houston court appearance. The Harris County Sheriff's Office said Thursday at a news conference. The inmate, Nigel Thomas Sanders, 35, was in custody for 3 burglaries and one unlawful possession of weapon by firearm, by a felon, possession of weapon by felon. So that's a big deal, folks. I mean, the guy, you know, has a tendency to possess weapons. Sanders appeared at the 1301 Franklin Street Courthouse at about 3:30 p.m. Central. He held a court staffer at knife point. KHOU reported before fleeing the courthouse. The sheriff said Sanders got into a car after escaping the courthouse. Then the female driver crashed the car and the inmate fled the scene. There were no injuries. Marine units searched the Bayou, B-A-Y-O-U, waterway, for the suspect. He has no fixed address. He's transient. They believed he is armed and dangerous. That's coming from CBS News. Facing 3 burglary charges. See this? They have places blocked off. It's a big deal. It's not like, you know, we cover prison escapes like the Cavalcante escape out in the country, but now you got an escaped inmate. Because, you know, once they're in custody, they're inmates. Got an escaped inmate running around loose in Houston. Houston, we have a problem, folks. Where did he get the knife? That's a great question. Were any protocols violated here? How was he able to slip away? Now, you know, this guy's a transient. Seems like he has nothing to lose. Doesn't seem like he has any money. Probably most likely not any, you know, resources. So what does a fugitive do when they escaped custody and they don't have any resources? See, they're searching the waterway right here. What do? They'd have a tendency to probably bust into someone's home, break into someone's home, steal, commit more burglaries. He's a burglar. And he's a little fella. That's a great, Princess. Great point. He's a little guy. Cavalcante was kind of a little guy, right? When he did his Spider-Man and escaped from the Chester County prison. He'll probably steal a car, maybe. Carjack somebody. Look at all the authorities. Look at all the authorities out there looking for him. I can't emphasize this enough. This is a big deal. It's probably why it's starting to hit national news. But, you know, carjack someone, steal a car, break into someone's home, hold somebody hostage. You know, this guy, you know, in Texas justice, we know that, you know, in Texas, they are technically, I'm not so sure about cities nowadays, but Texas has this reputation as tough on crime. He's already facing numerous burglary charges, the possession of a firearm by a felon. Probably he's already facing 20, 30 years for the crime he's accused of. So in his mind, what does he have to lose? And I think they're taking this serious based off what you're seeing with the search. Not only that, but also the amount of sheriffs. And how in the world did he escape a courtroom? Were courtrooms? That's what I'm hearing. Courtrooms. It was in the transporting of the court or in the courtroom, because I'm hearing conflicted information. Can someone fill me in? It still seems like the information is trickling out about details of this. Will people be fired? Is there going to be any accountability here? Who is anyone at fault here in this situation? I'm monitoring Twitter. Yeah, he got a gold grill. He got a bunch of tats. I mean, he definitely his face is definitely identifiable. He's not going to be able to escape. I mean, he just got so many tats. It looks like under his left eye, he has something like some initials, like an OTY. But this is one of the local news choppers that are monitoring downtown Houston. Yeah, Houston, we got a big problem. We got an escaped inmate out on the loose. Does Houston have subways? Underground tunnels? Because based on him being in transit, see, they're going to know if a car got stolen or someone got carjacked. That's what they look for, right? But if we don't get reports of any, like, anything being breaking into or stolen, it's safe to say that he could still be downtown there somewhere lurking, hiding out. Hiding in one of these alleys. Hiding in a parked car. Just hiding. Rabbit hole. Somebody said hiding in a rabbit hole. I mean, that's definitely a possibility too. And this type of thing puts everyone, panic, because there's very strong likely if they don't catch this guy, someone else is going to be a victim of crime here. Some random person. Mother returning home with her groceries, or someone getting out of their car in a neighborhood and walking in, and this guy's going to most likely do something. That's what I feel here. But I think it's, we're going to do our best to bring awareness to this case. I'm looking. It's a big deal, folks. Escaped inmate. Oh, now he's going to be. I mean, I don't get what these people think, because you're not going to get away with it. You're just not. People have been posting in the chat. HPD helicopter appears to be circling the area. Matter of fact, while you're watching this, I'm going to go on flight radar and see what's circulating on there in reference to any choppers in the sky, if they honed in on a particular area. I'm going to go on flight radar 24 and see if there's anything going on in the Houston area. Yeah, Houston, we have a problem. Houston's beautiful. I mean, it's a big city. And, some people are saying, the officer that spoke, he spoke both. And I think that's very, very important, especially with a heavy Hispanic Latino community in Houston. You had one officer that spoke in English and one officer spoke in Spanish. I think that's good. Personally think that's good, because you want to get every resident in that area involved, and you want to bring as much public awareness as possible. Yeah, there's a chopper circulating in downtown Houston right now. I'm going to see what it is. I'm looking on flight radar. There's actually a couple. There is it looks like Houston PD, or no, it's a private owner. A Bell 206L Long Ranger is up in the sky. You got two choppers up in the sky right now. Oh, yeah. You got Houston Police Department right now. An MD helicopter, MD helicopter 500E is circling down. It looks like a little bit north. I'll tell you exactly where the chopper is. Right where they're centered around. They're circling. They're circling in Houston right now. So if you're in downtown Houston and you hear choppers above the sky, they're either news choppers or law enforcement choppers. Because there's quite a few. I see 3 of them. This looks like it's by the White Oak Bayou Greenway, Hogan Street, going up by, there's a law enforcement helicopter right now going up by Hogg Park, all along this waterway. It's really close to 45, Interstate 45 and I-10. Interstate 45, Highway HOV It's all in this waterway. UHD Science and Technical Building, UHD Wellness and Success Center. No, they're still out there. I'm looking live right now on flight radar. This was one of the feeds. This wasn't taken too long ago, but I'm just trying to, inform everyone that there is he escaped at about 3:30 p.m. So Central. Keep your eyes out, though, folks, from this tattoo guy running around the street. You never know where he could just pop up out of the sewer or pop out of the trees and make a move, because he knows people are looking for him. So he's either hunkered down somewhere in the trees in the park or in the water, or even the parking garage. See the parking garage? He could be in any building. They usually hide to where they escaped. A lot of people are making cone jokes. That's kind of like a thing we got on JLR Investigates. When you see a lot of the cone comments, that cone is commenting. That cone is commenting. We have a thing on JLR Investigates. We've been doing, escapes, prison escapes, and we've been seeing, cones. That's where you're seeing the cone. The cone is in the house. Nice to see you, that cone. Downtown Houston. So looking at the feeds right now, I'm going to see if anything else is break so we could get some more information to share. We need to get ourselves a news chopper. That's what we need to do on JLR Investigates. I think we need to look at Houston there. We need to invest into, look at that. See what I'm saying? I think that's why 45 and I-10 along the waterway there. See, they're definitely out and about. I saw Houston PD and I saw Harris County sheriffs. You need to get a chopper. Oh, yeah, they're out. Look at that. They're out. I guess the freeway there is a lot of it goes things you can go under, bridges and the waterway there. So it looks like the way they're showing it is they have these little command posts. One over there by that parking garage and the other one down there by the waterway. Somebody said update the picture again. Well, I don't have his mugshot picture, but I have a picture of him in a Magnolia. Blow me up for a second, please. So I can show this guy's face. Look at this guy's face. Look at this guy's face right here. So he got tats all over his face. He got gold. He had got a gold grill. Not many pictures of him on Facebook, but he is on Facebook. Nigel Thomas Sanders. They say he's 35 years old. All right, I'm going to make myself smaller because you can see law enforcement searching. What's going on here? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 law enforcement officers. Michelle says that's one ill-fitting grill. Yeah, I don't know what this guy's thinking about, but this is costing. This is a lot of resources, folks. And remember, this guy's considered armed and dangerous. Any guy that would put a knife to a girl, as despicable as it is. This guy put a knife on a female in the process of this escape. They're doing a grid search. He could be in the trees. Literally, he could be hanging out in the trees in one of these little around the bridges there. He could be tucked in because, they have surveillance themselves. I'm sure downtown Houston has surveillance all over the place, so they can kind of get an idea if they've spotted this guy. Right? Maybe it was a shank, a homemade shank he made in jail. People were asking about the knife. Maybe it was a shank. It's just scary. It's just, it's scary that this is going on in our society. Once again, another prison escape. Kara says he looks like every other guy in Houston. You do have a point, Kara. You do have a good point. Looks like a lot of people in Houston. But you know, they got their surveillance, they got their street cams and everything like that. He's very identifiable. Unless he's, you know, wearing a mask or something like that, he can kind of might cover his face, but his face has tats all over the place. So that's going to be one clue. They're going to be, you know, and they have this built. He's like a skinny, smaller type of dude. So, plus, what was he wearing? I'm sure they know what he was wearing unless he ditched his clothes. What was he wearing when he escaped? Was it like a prison? Was it orange jumpsuit? Magnolia says, JLR, we're not getting a chopper. He escaped orange or white? Direct Current says white. Yeah, white. TDCJ, they wear white, don't they, in Texas? They're prison inmate, but that's prison. Orange shirt, black pants, Dustin says. Orange shirt, black pants. That's kind of like the uniform. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was wearing street clothes when he went into court. Was he? I don't think so. Well, look, this is what happens, folks. Blocking traffic, area up there on edge. You got a lot of businesses out there. You got a lot of people that work in these businesses, right? They're going there doing their 9 to 5, or they're doing their 40 hours a week or whatever, working career. Look at that. They're over there at the bridge there too, looking over. And you got some lunatic out on the streets, or out on the loose in the streets. It's just pray and hope that this guy doesn't hurt anybody else. Hurt anybody else. For real. Yeah, so that's Houston. All right, folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep you guys monitored. I just wanted to show you a quick glimpse of what's going on in Houston. It's about to get dark. Stay vigilant, my friends. You know what happens at nighttime. That's when these criminals try to make their moves a lot at night. Escaped inmate, Houston, Texas. All right, Magnolia, blow me up, and I'm going to share his picture one more time. JLR investigates Nigel Thomas Sanders. If you've seen this guy, do not approach this guy. Contact authorities immediately, Harris County, Houston. Stay safe out there, my friends. I'll keep you updated. If he gets captured, let me put him face here. I'll do it if he gets captured, he's going to get captured. It's just when. It's just pray that he doesn't, just have a prayer and pray that he doesn't hurt another soul. Let's be safe. Be safe out there, my friends. We'll talk soon. I'm JLR Investigates. Have a good day, everyone.